Welcome to the DataPoint Vegetation Data Pivot Table Creation. What we're going to do in this quick video is show you how to create a pretty well formatted data table using just raw data. So when you import your comma delimited file into Excel, this is what it looks like. So to create the pivot table, it's just a flat file of all your raw data. So to create a pivot table, you'd select everything. So typically just pick the upper left-hand corner, hit Control A, which will select everything. Then go up to the Insert button, insert a pivot table. Everything will have been selected. It will create a new worksheet. You click OK, and what you have on the right are all the data fields. So we're going to use these data fields to construct a pivot table. So in the columns, what we're going to have are our stand items, and under each stand item will be first and second hit. Value will come down into the values box, and you have to make sure it says sum of values. If it says something like count of values, just click that down arrow, go to value field settings, and here's where you can change it to sum of values. Now we need to put all of our items in the rows, and that'll start off with form. This is a numeric value, so it means everything will be sorted in the order in which you want it by growth form. And then in order to see what that growth form is, you add form text, and then beneath that you'll add the scientific name of the species and the common name of the species. Now if you look over here, you can see that the scientific name has the common name under it, and you'd rather have it right to the side. So what you do is you come over here and you click the scientific item, select field settings. You don't want any subtotals. You go to layout and then click this button, show item labels in tabular form, and click OK. And now you see you've got the scientific name with a common name adjacent to it, and you see that you've got this additional summary field here on the stand information, and you don't really want that. So what you can do is click this and uncheck that subtotal stand. So that gets rid of that. Now what we also need to do is reverse the order of your true and false hits. True are your first hits and false are your second hits. And it's better to have true come first. So you just go here, hit sort, and reverse the order, Z to A instead of A to Z. So now what you have is your growth forms, and what you'd really like is a summary of growth form. So what you can do is go down here to form text, go to field settings, and here where it says layout and says display subtotals at the top of each group, uncheck that, and it'll show you the subtotals at the bottom of each group. So now we have our growth form, we've got the individual species listed alphabetically, and then we've got the total of our growth form values. So we're pretty close to having a reasonably good table that we could print out. So what we're going to do is, but you can't really edit much within a pivot table. So what we're going to do is extract the pivot table. So select everything below this top value. You don't want that top value. So select everything below, do a copy, create a new worksheet, and then do a paste. And now you have something that's more directly editable. So let's open up the field so you can see what you've got here. So you've got growth form, and you can just delete these numbers and clean things up a bit more. You can center these fields. So there's a lot of additional formatting you can do, but at this point you have a reasonably good table that you can use. Just trim it down a bit and use it in a report. There's lots of other tricks you can do. For example, suppose you want to change the scientific name to a upper and lower case type item. And you can see I've done that here on this other, and it uses a formula such as this. this that'll select the first letter and then use lowercase for all additional letters. And then you just take that and you can copy it and paste it and produce that same sort of formatting. And then you can bold things, make them italics, all those additional kinds of formatting. So in a very short amount of time, you can go from a raw data table to a table that's highly structured with a reasonable amount of summary information. And you can see in this that the total sum to 25, 25, this one sums to 100. And what I've got here is a shrub density cover. So that's something you can cut and split out and process separately. So lots of options, plenty of speed, and I hope this helps a lot. Thanks.